Hey guys, it's Ornlu, and we got some new Return to Rome info today, along with a new trailer. So the new expansion of AoE2 DE is coming out May 16th, which is, I believe, a few weeks away now. And there are some interesting new tidbits that are launched with this new trailer. It's also now available for pre-order on the Steam store. So let's go ahead and check out this trailer and see what information we can glean from it. I'll get rid of my face so you can see it.
There are those among us who still believe in Rome.
Not me.
How can a man make a name for himself when titans roam the stage of the world?
By being cool.
When Rome calls, I must go.
Alrighty, so that is the trailer. Now, what we're going to do is there are some spots where we can pause it and find some interesting little tidbits. So, playback speed, 0.25. It sounds really goofy, so we're not going to have the audio on. Okay, so 3 new campaigns. We don't know I'll show you the campaigns are in a second, but here we can see a screenshot of the Trajan campaign. And obviously this is going to be for Rome. It says official AoE2 DE as the data mod. Now, as you'll see in a minute, we are getting the Romans as a playable civilization in AoE2. But it's still not clear because like normally it's red, the back button, but this is blue. So this might be within AoE1 DE. This could be the AoE2 Romans, AoE1 Romans. We don't really know. What we do know is that other than Rome, there aren't going to be any AoE1 civs mixing with AoE2. Also, I imagine that the Romans in AoE1 and the Romans in AoE2 are going to be, like, you know, completely different and representative of their respective games. But yeah, you can see that there is a 5-scenario campaign for Trajan. Also, Romans are, in general, pretty far outside the AoE2 time frame. This is clearly done just to get the Romaboos excited, so we'll have to see. Now, 17 new and returning civilizations. Now, AoE1 has 16 civilizations after the Return to Rome expansion. But you can see here, there are... this all looks, you know, like the AoE2 interface. They added team bonuses to all the AoE1 civs. So, Egyptians get, you know, +1 pierce armor for priests. I don't really know anything about AoE1, so this doesn't really mean much to me. Whoops. Here. But Lac Viet is going to be the Vietnamese civ that they added to AoE1. Considering how popular AoE1 is in Vietnam, that isn't too surprising. But here are the bonuses, as we can see if we pause right on the card. They are an archer civilization, just like in AoE2. They have faster working foragers, military units creating 25% faster, which is kind of like their free conscription bonus in AoE2. And their archery ranged units get +2 pierce armor, which is kind of like their extra HP. In AoE2. And their team bonus is going to be houses and farms built 50% faster. So that's going to be the AoE1 Lac Viet civ, but you can see that they can't actually select them alongside AoE2 civ. So AoE1 and AoE2 are going to be separate in that regard. Now, we get some screenshots, and this is what it looks like. Kind of AoE2, but a bunch of AoE1 units running around. New D3 game mode. Now, I had no idea what this was, but I was told that this is the game mode that is popular in Vietnam. So, like, the competitive settings that the Vietnamese AoE community uses are being imported to Return to Rome, or Return of Rome, whatever it's called. So, some more screenshots here. This just looks like AoE1 stuff in AoE2. Looks like that villager's getting shot at. Here's the big one. This is AoE2. You can see red is Saracens. They got some Mamluks running around. We have these legionary units that are currently coming in alongside siege rams. So I guess Romans have siege rams. But yeah, here you can see that Rome is going to be a playable civ in AoE2. Other than that, it is all just fluff. But there is also the pre-order page on Steam that gives us a bit more information. All right, so here is the pre-order page on Steam. You can see it comes out May 16th. It is, I guess, $15. But it's its own standalone DLC, so I think it's more expensive than the other DLCs, but you're also probably getting a lot more content. So, About this content, welcome to Return to Rome, a completely new type of expansion pack which brings Age of Empires, the title that started all, into AoE2 DE as a brand new self-contained experience. Again, this is it's its own thing. It's not you're not playing Sumerians against Burgundians. The new expansion will allow you to challenge friends with the original 16 Age of Empires civilizations, plus one brand new Return to Rome exclusive civilization, the Lac Viet, and relive the triumphs and trials of antiquity. Battle your way across the ancient world with 3 new campaigns featuring conquerors, empire builders, and gifted tacticians fighting desperately against fate. As an additional bonus, the Romans will no longer be bound by time as they become a playable civilization within AoE2 DE, ready to battle in a new age. So, you have your 16 original AoE1 civs plus Lac Viet, and here we are. Plus one longtime fan-requested civilization for use in standard AoE2 DE. So yes, we are getting Romans in AoE2. No, I don't think that Romans belong in AoE2, but it's gonna be here. We just kind of have to live with it. But here, Romans. Rise to the throne of an empire dominating the Mediterranean Sea and defend your borders against countless barbarian invasions. The Roman unique units are the Legionary, a sturdy infantry unit, and the Centurion, a heavy cavalry unit that increases the power of nearby militia line units. So I guess it's going to be kind of like an infantry and cavalry-y sort of civ. I hope they don't have gunpowder. Their navy should probably be pretty good. So we'll just have to see what this is going to look like. We don't have like the bonuses or tech tree just yet. If we compare them to the AoE1 Romans, the only bonus that doesn't exist already in AoE2 for another civ is that Romans in AoE1 had towers that costed 50% less. So that could be something that the AoE2 Romans have. Other than that, they had faster attacking infantry, which already belongs to Japanese, and they had buildings costing less wood, which belongs to Malians. We'll have to see what the civilization is going to look like. And then new Rise of Rome exclusive game mode, introducing the D3 game mode and inspired by a rule set made popular in Vietnam, so that is now officially part of the franchise. And we also have the 3 campaigns that tell you what the campaigns are. Now you have Sargon of Akkad. An unlikely man rises to power in the city-states of Mesopotamia. Sargon is a simple cupbearer to the king, but everything changes when the war goddess later appears in his dreams. Under her guidance, Sargon leads the quarreling Sumerians into a new age, but the appealing nature of power forces him to choose between his divine destiny and his personal ambitions. In this campaign, you will play as the Sumerians, so this is going to be within AoE1. And yes, I will be covering all of the campaign content introduced in this expansion. Pyrrhus of Epirus. The wars of the Diadochi saw Alexander the Great's successors throw the Greek world into chaos. Pyrrhus of Epirus began as a small player among Titans. Will he become worthy of the legendary Hannibal Barca's judgment of him, a renowned general of the age, or will his constant uphill struggle prove insurmountable? In this campaign, you will play as the Macedonians. So again, in AoE1 Civ, this is not AoE2. But here's, again, going back to the Roman campaign, Trajan. Marcus Ulpius Trajanus climbed the ranks of the legions while the Emperor Domitian's tyrannical rule tarnished the Roman Empire's glory. When circumstances elevate him to the throne of the Emperor Trajan, he inherits a realm on the brink of disaster. Will his resourcefulness, virtue, and military might be enough to save Rome and lead it to its historical zenith? Or will the Roman Empire collapse 4 centuries before its time? In this campaign, you will play as the Romans. So again, it's not too clear if this is AoE1 or AoE2. I will say that if this is an AoE2 campaign, it's going to be like almost 400 years before Alaric, which is already the earliest AoE2 campaign. So it exists pretty far outside the AoE2 time frame. Also, we have to imagine that the Alaric and Attila campaigns are going to be getting reworked at least a little bit to include the Romans. Now, experience Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition quality of life improvements to Age of Empires gameplay. So this is changes that we see in AoE2 being added to AoE1 with Return to Rome. Gates, those didn't exist in AoE1. Formations also didn't exist. Trade carts, improved pathfinding, UI improvements, visual improvements, spectator mode, an enhanced AI for computer opponents, and much more. So that is it as far as information we have for the game right now. Of course, the new Vietnamese civ that's being added, Romans in AoE2, the fact that you have Centurions and Legionaries already in the game, so those are going to just be added into the Roman civ, and obviously new campaign content. So we'll have to see what this all looks like. Of course, I will be bringing plenty of content over to this YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe if you're interested in all of the new Return to Rome stuff. Return of Rome. I'll never get that right. Anyway, hope you're all excited for the new DLC. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.